Kururin, a stick that rolls. A unique Japanese game that has taken the wooden toy world by storm. A skill toy shrouded in mystery. Since the start of this toy's popularity, everyone wanted to know what this toy was and how it came to be. A little bit of a backstory. But all were disappointed with no helpful answers. So with filmmaker and videographer Aidan Lende, we will uncover the hidden secrets and history of this little wooden toy in The idea of a Kururin is simple. It's a chunk of wood carefully designed and created with the perfect curve to be able to roll over. Kuru, or just simply kuru, has the Japanese meaning of spinning or to spin. So basically it's a stick that rolls around and is capable of doing tricks on a flat surface. A rolling stick. Most people when they first encounter the toy have an automatic need to know more about it. They are curious about what it exactly is and the story of how it came to be. Well, we partnered up with Comcell to get that story. The humble beginning of the small wooden toy started approximately 50 years ago somewhere in Japan. These were the days when the current fad among school-aged children was to spin, flick, or roll the caps of their fountain pens that they used for schooling. A wooden craftsman named Toshio Sato saw this trend and was inspired to create a new children's toy with the word kuru in mind. After many months of testing, designing, and creating this rolling stick, Sato had come up with some pretty interesting prototypes of many shapes and sizes at around the 1990s. A company named Muku Studio saw Toshio's creation, was interested, and bought the rights to sell and distribute Kururin. Muku Studio then attempted to sell Kururin, but were unsuccessful. Several years later in 2015, a Japanese toy company with the name of Comcell saw Sato's Kururin and found it rather fascinating. They made a business deal with Muku Studio and started selling Kururin for the second time. Fast forward to the next year, the year that a small toy from Japan became all the rage for skill toy players. 2016. Kururin's story in 2016 began at its sister skill toy's biggest event, the Kendama World Cup, held in Japan. Comcell had already been introducing Kururin to these skill toy players for the last few cups, starting what would be the many questions about the toy. Then go to the month of October when several things happened that would alter Kururin's history forever. The first of which was Comcell's decision to place the signature red pads on both ends of the Kururin. This opened up new trick possibilities and easier playability, while also creating a new image for the toy. Comcell then gave their newly padded Kururin to Kendama players to try and use. Kururin then made its way into Kendama videos online. This sparked curiosity among the skill toy community. Kendama USA was also very interested in Kururin and saw that many Kendama players wanted them too. So Kendama USA contacted Comcell and began to work out a way to bring Kururin to America. 3 months later, American skill toy players and enthusiasts' dreams came true when Kendama USA's first batch of Kururins, straight out of Japan, were put up for sale. Social media, video games, television. All of these things you know and have become a part of your everyday life. But did you know that electronic devices are the very thing that has been taking over most of the average mealtime? This is where Kururin will come in. Being a toy that is played on/with a tabletop surface, it's a perfect distraction and replacement from today's form of entertainment. Not only is Kururin a distraction, but it is also a game that strengthens hand-eye coordination, focus, and patience. taking us back to when wooden games were the main source of entertainment, just like its sister wooden Japanese toy, Kendama. Both of these Japanese toys can also be used for stress relief and relaxation, plus they are a brand new creative platform that you can be unique and different in while playing. Kururin. Simple but creative. Simple but holds many challenges. Simple but fun.
So the way I discovered Kururin was actually in Japan. About 3 years ago, Kodama from Zumadanke had some at the hostel that we were staying in Haitokaichi, Japan for World Cup. And he just had them all laid out on the table, and everybody would come out and start playing with the Kururins, trying to figure it out. And this was before they even had rubber pads. And throughout the years, we've seen it develop, and we've seen the rubber pads come on. So each year that we've gone to the World Cup, there's always this new Kururin out there. So it's been really cool to discover it in Japan, and every time we go back to Japan, we kind of see the evolution of the game. One of the things that I really like about Kururin, I guess, is that it's just so simple. It's a very simple game, but it is challenging. Just like Kendama, it has so many possibilities. You can create new tricks, you can play with your friends, and just so many different things can come from such a minimal object like a Kururin. It's also fun. You can put it in your pocket, in your backpack, take it anywhere you want to go. I always have mine with me at restaurants, bars, just anywhere with friends. Anywhere there's a flat surface, you can play Kururin. I'll have to say the only downside to a Kururin is that it can be loud if you're not playing it. If you're playing Kururin, you're in the zone and it's the best thing in the entire world. But if you're not playing Kururin and you're not in the zone, all you hear is like, and it sounds so much louder to other people than you. So as far as the downside of Kururin, that's the only thing I can think of. We just need little silent Kururins, ninja Kururins. When I started playing Kururin, it was mostly about just rolling it and stopping it, rolling it and stopping it. And the more I played, the more I kind of learned that there's all these different other things you can do. So it's been a journey in kind of looking at something and trying to figure out what's possible. And with Kururin, it's still so young that the possibilities haven't even been explored yet. So now I'm really working with both hands and also multiple Kururins, trying to balance them and juggle them and have them interact with each other. So since I started playing Kururin, the game has evolved and the skills have evolved. So it's really interesting, and I'm really excited to see where Kururin goes in the next few years. Like, what's next? What are people going to be doing next with the Kururin?
So it's a toy that's fun. It rolls around while you perform tricks with it. I mean, come on. It has a good potential purpose. As with most trends these days, once one person gets something, everyone does so too. So will this trend roll along forever, or will it fail? Only you can decide.